Welcome to another video. Vibe Crypto here, and today we're going to be talking about how you should be taking profits and setting stop losses on your trades. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how I've done it on my journey. We've almost hit 70 Solana on the challenge wallet. Hopefully this week, once things heat up a bit, it should be going better. But today I'm going to really tell you how, once you've entered a coin, how you should be setting your stop losses, how you should also have a strategy on shaving off profits, so you end up taking out profits, but also not just taking good profits, but also setting a stop loss to protect yourself. Now, the main issue is that once people invest in a coin and they see the coin going up, and I used to do this in my early days, you'd see it go up and up and up. You'd be like 3x, 4x. Many times what happens is a thing called round tripping. It goes all the way up to a 7x all-time high, and then it comes down. And people hope that it'll go up again. And in my case, when I started out, I just hoped, and then it came back down to my entry. That's the thing you need to make sure you don't fall victim for, because it's very common. In today's video, I'm going to tell you like a strategy on how you can combat that and also set stop losses. I'd just like to start the video off by saying none of this is like financial advice. Do your own research when you go into coins, because as you know, Solana is very risky. Prices go up and down very quickly. Okay, now let's start the video. I use BullX to find my coins and to strategize. So if you're not using BullX, then make sure to start using it. I've got a link in the description that gives you 10% off lifetime fees. Once you find a coin, let's go for this one, for example, Sir. Now, depending on your initial size, right? Let's say I want to ape in 1 Solana into this. You want to look at how the community is doing. You've done your checks. When you want to buy in, you don't want to buy in with something that you're not comfortable about losing. You want to ape in what you can afford to lose, because as you know, Solana is risky. So if I was me personally, if I was to ape in at 56k, I would set my stop loss around 31. Take profit. The way I'd take profit is, say I aped in at 26k here, right here, and we saw it going up. Once it reached around 50k, if I wasn't very confident with the coin, let's say we weren't really sure on how the team's going, you can just take out your initials, take out 50%, right? Take out half your bag and leave 50% as a moon bag, right? If you're not too confident. But if the coin, however, is red hot and it's doing very well, and you've done like a 2x in about a minute, such as, let's go with Beery, for example, this coin, sitting at 200k right now. So we'll just go through a scenario, right? Let's say you got in at 100k, and then look, you've done a 3x, right? Very quickly. Within about 3 minutes, you've done a 3x, and you're still sitting on your bag, right? At a 3x, what I would do is I'd shave off about 30% of my bag just to take out my initials and leave 70% to ride. And as it goes up to like a 4x here, 400k, this is where I would take out another 20%. I'd shave off that profit. So now you're sitting at about 2x in realized profits in cash, in Sol, and then you let the rest ride. Now this could have ripped off to 600 mil. We don't know. But in this case, it's retraced back down to 200. It's actually sitting at 200 pretty comfortably. Now, you should take profits where you're comfortable, right? If you're sitting at a 4x and you're like, oh my God, it's a lot for you. If it's a lot for you, then you should take out initials and some profit and leave a little moon bag in case it sends. But if you take away half your bag at 300k and it sends to 1 million, you are missing out on potentially hundreds and thousands of dollars, right? So you want to be strategic in shaving off profits. As it comes up, you want to take off little by little. I'm talking about 20%, then another 10%, another 1x, then another 20% once it's done another 1x, such as 300k to then 400k. That's the best way you need to strategize this. Now, once it starts dropping here, you want to think about whether it's actually going to continue, or if the team have good plans, if they're looking for investing. If not, and you're a bit nervous, let's say, then you can exit fully out of your position. And look, you can come out of this with another 1 Solana taking out. So you can come out of this trade with maybe 2.5 Solana Whereas at the top, if you sold all of it, you would have made 4 Solana. Of course, you'd have made more, but you'd have been out of your bag completely. Because you sold gradually, you still banked the profit. But in another scenario, I've seen this happen a lot of times. If it sends to 700k and you've sold all your bag at 400k, you could have missed out on another 4 Solana here, just on that increase, right? In this case, because it's gone down, yes, it would probably been a good decision to get out 400k. I think once you see this lack of rebound over here, because it had that initial drop and it didn't fill this area, it didn't buy this area, right? So it looked decently weaker at that level. So then maybe that was more of a bearish sign. With stop losses, this is very personal thing for each person, right? It's going to vary from you to your friend to whoever else, right? Let's say you're in this coin, right? Kabusu, right? It's a 66,000. Now, if you got in at 50,000, you're effectively top blasting this. You're buying right at the top. So your risk is pretty high. Now, this doesn't look very legitimate, but it is at 100k right now. Now, your stop loss is where you need to be comfortable. It's where you're comfortable. Let's say you put in 1 sol, right? Let's say you're fine with losing half a Solana, 0.5, right? Then your stop loss should be 50%, right? You don't want to be staying up at night just because you've lost maybe 0.7, whereas in reality you'd have been fine with 0.4, right? You need to put it to where you're comfortable with setting your stop loss. If you're comfortable with losing 0.5, great, put your stop loss at 50% then. But if you're not comfortable with losing 0.5, then maybe put it at 0.2, for example. But with Solana Memecoins, that being said, you can drop 30% from your entry before it hitting a 150% over your entry, or before it hits a 5x. So you need to keep that in mind. Depending on how convicted the players, how well the team's working, how well the narrative is at the time, like a Nero coin, for example. This is a narrative coin, Kabosu, because it's to do with the Nero. As you know, it went to 100 million a few days ago. Now, this coin is going pretty sideways. It hasn't broken 160, so that's something to watch out for. Now, just in this video, we saw it go from 60k to 170, so maybe we should have aped into this, but I'm a bit sus on how much green there is over here in the 1 second chart, so we can check the holders. In fact, yeah, there are a lot of big holders. I'm not liking the look of this. We see almost 5%, 5%, 6%, 6%. Now, at this point, this does look pretty suspicious, the fact that there are very high holders, but I'm not liking the look of this project currently. This was a quick video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe and join the Telegram. This was in fact a video request from the Telegram. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you boys in the next one.